Odell, it's Michael, and today Dave, as Don is on vacation, and Peter's here as well.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
We're doing great. Listen, I was looking at your Instagram account, and I really like the Charlie Brown spikes. I think you should break them out again.
It's just kind of a new little thing. It's just shoes are something that I love, and just finding a theme for each week and kind of why it is the theme for the week is something that Skiba and I take a lot of pride in.
What do you got planned for Monday?
I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I definitely know Jarvis and I will definitely have something. Just have fun, man. You only get to do this once.
Now, you mentioned Jarvis. That's Jarvis Landry, who was your college teammate. And I was reading a story today how very close you guys are. And it's kind of neat where you have somebody who does the same thing as you do for a living, and he wants you to do well and you want him to do well. But does it get complicated when you guys are playing each other on Monday?
No, I don't think it gets any more complicated than it ever has been. I still, of course, the only thing complicated about it is that you'd want my team to win. We'd want the Giants to win, and he's going to want the Dolphins to win. So other than that, I would love to see him have an incredible game and still lose, but I pray for his success.
Odell, I got to ask you, there was a stat that came out earlier this week that said if you guys played 58-minute games, you'd be sitting here at 10-2 right now. Instead, you're 5-7. How frustrating is it for you personally and for this team in the locker room to be 5-7, where if a break or two or a play or two had gone your way, you'd be in complete control of this division right now?
It's very tough. It's unsettling, but that is our situation. And 5-7 is what we are. That's the game of football. It's those little plays that take you from being a 5-7 team to a 10-2 team, or things of that matter. So we just got to find ways for these last 4 games to finish strong, win them all, and you can only just wait and see the results. So I think the attitude in the locker room is still high, and we want to win, and we're gonna do our best to win games.
Can you believe, Odell, you're 5-7 and you're tied with 2 other teams for first place? I mean, can you believe that?
I don't really know what to say. But right now the focus is really to win the division. So I guess it's good for us that everybody is 5-7.
One of the big plays against the Jets this past weekend was that 4th down play when you guys were up 10 points down at the 2-yard line. The crowd wanted to go for it. I think you really wanted to go for it. A lot of the media and fans second-guessed that after the fact. I did as well. I didn't like it. I first guessed it, that you guys went for it, and then Eli got picked off. You were very pro going for it and trying to bury the Jets in that spot, though, weren't you?
It's something that I felt it was a situation where a field goal could only do so much. They could have came down and scored 2 touchdowns and won the game by a point. And that would have definitely hurt as well. So I think at that point in time in the game, you got to execute better. It was a crucial point in the game. We could have scored a touchdown right there, or even got the first down. We're looking at a different ball game, but it was not the case. And I think looking back on it, we'd probably go for it again. Coach stands behind his decision, we stand behind him.
How tough was that loss? I mean, that's a game. If you guys win that game, you're in control after the Redskins blew that game to the Cowboys. You didn't know that was going to happen, but that was a game you were up by 20-10. Was that a tough one to shake for a couple of days?
Absolutely. To be honest, all losses are, they say you have a 48-hour rule, a 24-hour rule, or whatever, but it doesn't escape your mind as much as you just try and put it behind you. They're always, you always think about the losses that you had, or the ones you didn't catch, or the things you could have done. So, just really focus right now on these last couple games.
Do you feel like you're playing for your coach's job? Is that a conversation that's taking place in the locker room at all right now?
I don't think that conversation really gets brought up. We're kind of just playing. We're playing for each other right now. We're trying to, like I said, we're trying to win these last couple of games and see what happens. So right now we're all in.
What kind of read do you have on the Dolphins? I mean, obviously you've been looking at film all week. What kind of read as you head to their place on Monday night?
It should be an interesting game. You know, they have a great front four that has been playing at a very high level recently, and they're a team whose record probably doesn't display the things that they could be doing either. Just from, you know, I've gotten to watch, obviously because Jarvis is on the team, so I've gotten to watch some of those games. So it's going to be an interesting matchup come Monday.
Odell, it's Peter. You know, I had the Redskins intentionally lose on Monday because of my fondness for you and Victor. But when you watch the game, how hard was that? You're watching two NFC East teams play, but I'm guessing you just had to hold your nose and root for Dallas, huh?
Yeah, oddly enough, you know, we needed Dallas to come up with the win there for sure, and just watching the game and seeing how it was going, I couldn't believe it was 9-9, and knew something had to happen. Something had to happen, and, you know, Deshaun tried to make a play. You know, as playmakers do in a big time of the game, you know, he wanted to be great. He wanted to make a play, and may have ended up trying to do too much, and I saw that he fumbled, and it's crazy, though. You sit back, and, you know, Deshaun's a buddy of mine, so of course, you know, Dallas went up, and you want them to win, but at the same time, you're like, man, I know that the ball is going to come back his way, and I know he's going to be able to make a play just because the nature of the game. You know, that's what should happen. Let's go. You did this here. Let's make up for it. And he did that, and it was just it was such a fun game to watch.